The world witnessed the destruction that evildoers wrought upon New York and Washington. But the world also witnessed the indomitable spirit and the courage and faith that have always been the hallmark of America. America will emerge from the shadow of suffering and rise from this loss with greater fortitude and human capacity. Evil will not triumph. As we watch the horror unfold from the Philippines on television, we felt as though it was happening to us, and indeed it was, for our nations are in a sense one family, America and the Philippines. But the blow that was struck was felt as directly as the rest of the world. Many Filipinos perished on September 11. The tragedy shows that we Filipinos are not immune from acts of global terror. And in behalf of the Filipino people, I grieve for all who perished and suffered, as well as for their families. I bring you a message of solidarity from your kababayans in the Philippines, and I also bring you their love and compassion. In these trying times, we must unite in our efforts to renew the human spirit and out of faith in God to rise above our grief. Mula sa mga kapatid ninyo sa Pilipinas, wala silang sawang patuloy pa rin na nagdadasal para sa inyo, mga kababayan dito. Tulad ko at ng aking pamilya, walang sawang naiisip kayo rito at nananangin na may awa lagi ang may kapal na bigyan po kayo ng katahimikan sa inyong pagdadalamhati. Despite the horror of September 11, we bear witness to the love of the Almighty through the hearts and hands of those who risked and sacrificed their lives for others. And in behalf of the Filipino people, I would like to convey our gratitude and admiration to the firemen, the police at Ground Zero, to the government officials, to those who rescued here in Washington, all heroes in this tragedy, including the health workers, many of whom are Filipinos, for your inspirational acts of faith and courage against the perils of terrorism. Many people from many nations will suffer from the global aftermath of these crimes. These were not attacks on one country, but on the whole world community. Therefore, we must respond as a community. The September 11 tragedy put the global ship on an uncharted course of political and economic insecurity. The sense of vulnerability and uncertainty is deep, intense, and not easily shaken off. And for us, Filipinos, we felt it, and we felt one with you. Directly after the attacks in New York and Washington, I was the first Asian leader to assure President Bush that our government stands behind American-led efforts to eradicate terrorism. This immediate decision was a moral choice as well as a strategic choice for the Philippines. What we were fighting in isolation in the southwestern part of the Philippines is now a common fight. It is regrettable that it takes a tragedy to bring the community of nations together, but it has. Now, with U.S. anti-terrorism technical assistance to the Philippines, I believe it is also the beginning of the end of the terrorists in the southwestern part of the Philippines and the beginning of a new day in economic prosperity for our citizens. Soon after the attacks in the U.S., the Philippines took steps to carry out six specific measures in support of UN Security Council Resolution number 1368 to combat terrorism. We committed to join the International Counter-Terrorist Coalition and to work with the United Nations. We committed to work closely with the United States on intelligence and security matters concerning terrorism. We committed to make available our airspace and our ground facilities when required as transit or staging points. We committed, if there is an international call, to contribute logistical support in the form of food supply, medicines, and medical personnel. We committed to provide, if there is an international call, and subject to the consent of our Congress, combat troops. And we committed to step up our offensive against the terrorist groups in southwestern Philippines and prevent the flow of funds to them by passing and implementing legislation against money laundering. Our administration and the Filipino people will do what must be done to defend ourselves from this terrorist threat. We are also working with our neighbors, Malaysia and Indonesia, in an international operational arrangement to fight terrorism among our common borders and common seas. This is a war that must be bereft of any religious undertones, and therefore the Philippines has institutionalized the tools of autonomy, consensus, and interfaith dialogue with our Muslim brothers. The terrorists want to make this a religious war. We must make this an opportunity to have religious understanding. I came to the United States on the invitation of President Bush in commemoration of the 50th anniversary of the Mutual Defense Treaty between the Philippines and the United States. On the agenda are talks on the campaign against terrorism, but also against poverty in the Philippines. At the same time, I am meeting with the leaders and members of the U.S. business community and the huge Filipino-American community in America, just as we're having it in this meeting. I see our commitment to support America and our participation in the global coalition as useful basis for re-energizing our bilateral relations. And I also wish to bring up with President Bush the plight of Filipino-American war veterans whose benefits compare fully with those of the rest of Africa. We want to protect the dignity of all Filipinos here in the United States and around the world. As we work to restore peace, there is still the parallel battle to be waged against poverty and in rebuilding the Philippines. In the southwestern part of the Philippines, as I said, we have been fighting terrorism and its ally, poverty. Terrorism is a drain on our economy, our people, our focus. Ridding southwestern Philippines and the world of organized terrorism will free up human capital, human resources, and government initiatives and help us return to a greater investment in our people and toward the alleviation of poverty.